What if I told you there is a Japanese manga which precisely predicted COVID in April 2020, the tsunami in Japan in 2011, and, wait, it predicted another tsunami in July 2025, about which you may have already heard some signs. Did you? It sounds almost unbelievable, doesn't it? But this isn't just fiction. This manga, The Future I Saw, was published back in 1999, long before any of these events occurred. It foretold the 2011 tsunami with chilling accuracy, the COVID-19 pandemic years before it hit, and now, the author's latest prediction points to a massive tsunami in July 2025. How could one manga get it so right, so many times? Created by a little-known artist, Ryo Tatsuki, The Future I Saw is more than just a fictional story. It's a record of her prophetic dreams, written long before these events happened. Each prediction was precise, and now the question is, will this next prophecy about the July 2025 tsunami really come true? And here's the thing. We're already hearing reports about major earthquake warnings in Japan and tsunami alerts for surrounding areas. This is not just a prediction, it's something that's actively being discussed right now. The very places that Tatsuki mentioned are under threat again. Let's take a moment and pray for Japan and the countries in danger. Drop a comment below telling us where you're watching from, and let's all join together in hope and solidarity for the safety of those at risk. You might be wondering, how could this manga have predicted these major events with such eerie accuracy? Well, The Future I Saw isn't just about a tsunami or a pandemic. It's a collection of prophecies, many of which have already come true. Tatsuki's predictions span over decades, and out of the 15 events she foresees, 12 have already proven to be right. The question remains, could her most recent prediction for July 2025 be the next to unfold? Let's take a look at all the other predictions Tatsuki has made, each one more astonishing than the last. Tatsuki's journey into prophetic dreams began with a disturbing experience near her home in Japan. She walked past a spot, and that night she dreamt of a girl sitting there, crying. Days later, news reports revealed that a girl had tragically lost her life at that exact spot. This marked the beginning of Tatsuki keeping a journal of her dreams, which would later evolve into this mysterious manga. In 1976 and 1981, Tatsuki dreamt about the death of Freddie Mercury, her best friend's favorite rock star. She predicted that Mercury would die 10 to 15 years later. And, of course, Freddie Mercury passed away on November 24, 1991, right within that time frame. She also predicted the release of Bohemian Rhapsody in 2018, the film to honor him, long before it was even conceived. Then, in 1992, Tatsuki had another dream, this time about Princess Diana. She saw her death in a dream and wrote that she would pass away on August 31st, 1997. And that's exactly what happened, 5 years later, on the same date. Tatsuki's visions weren't just about vague events, they were precise. On January 2nd, 1995, Tatsuki predicted an earthquake in Kobe, Japan. She said it would happen in either 15 days or 15 years. The earthquake struck just 15 days later, on January 17, 1995. Because of Tatsuki's prediction, people were able to evacuate the area early, possibly saving countless lives. One of the most famous predictions was the 2011 Tōhoku earthquake and tsunami. Tatsuki dreamt about it on March 11, 1996, and wrote it down in her journal. The earthquake and tsunami occurred exactly on March 11, 2011, 15 years later. This devastating event took thousands of lives and caused widespread destruction, including the Fukushima nuclear disaster. Tatsuki also predicted an unknown virus in 1995, writing that it would emerge in 2020, peak in April, and then disappear. Sound familiar? COVID-19 emerged in 2020, peaked in April, and then slowly receded. Tatsuki even wrote that the virus would return in 10 years. Her prediction about COVID-19 further contributed to the renewed attention on her manga in 2020. Now, as we approach her next prediction, July 2025, the question is whether another catastrophe will strike. Tatsuki's prophetic dream from 1998 described a natural disaster in the Pacific Ocean, where the waters would rise in a way similar to bubbles rising in boiling water. She wasn't sure if it was an undersea volcano or something else, but the timing seemed to indicate summer. In 2021, Tatsuki had the same dream again, only this time it was much more intense. She saw the ocean floor between Japan and the Philippines burst with a violent explosion. Massive waves spread in all directions, and a tsunami followed, devastating Japan, the Philippines, Taiwan, Indonesia, South Korea, and beyond. What's even more mysterious is that she also saw new land emerging from the ocean, connecting some of these countries. Could this new land shift be part of a much larger event? If you're enjoying the video so far and want to stay updated with more mysterious and thought-provoking content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring these fascinating tales to life. Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you believe in the prophecies, or do you think they're just coincidences? Either way, we'd love to hear from you. But Tatsuki didn't stop at the disaster itself. In 2001, she had a vision of what the world would be like after the catastrophe. She saw a new era, where humanity would be more cooperative and connected than ever before. Could the disaster in 2025 bring about this change? Could the post-disaster world be one of hope and unity, as Tatsuki foresees? In addition to predicting the world's future, Tatsuki also predicted her own death. In a dream, she saw herself at her funeral in Yokohama, Japan, sometime in July. She believes her death will occur during the July 2025 disaster and that her funeral will follow soon after. This personal connection to the events she has predicted adds a chilling dimension to her prophecies. The manga earned the nickname The Phantom Prophetic Manga after the 2011 earthquake. Tatsuki's accuracy made people take notice, but for a while her manga was unavailable to the public. During this time, an imposter appeared, claiming to be Tatsuki and even making bizarre predictions, like the eruption of Mount Fuji. However, Tatsuki's granddaughter uncovered the imposter, and the real Ryo Tatsuki came forward, proving her identity with tax documents. With the public eager for more, Tatsuki decided to republish her manga, adding new predictions and revising the cover art. The republished manga featured Tatsuki smiling, a more hopeful vision for the future despite the looming disasters. The original cover of the manga showed Tatsuki with one crying eye, symbolizing the sorrow and challenges of the world. However, in the republished version, she changed the cover to show herself smiling, reflecting a more positive outlook on life. This subtle shift in her art indicates her belief in a better future after the impending disaster. As the predicted date for the 2025 disaster draws nearer, the public's interest in Tatsuki's manga has skyrocketed. Some believe it's all superstition, while others are taking it very seriously. Travelers are even canceling their trips to Japan, afraid of what may come next. With the date fast approaching, will this prophecy turn out to be just another coincidence, or will it truly change the world as Tatsuki predicted? As July 2025 approaches, one thing is certain: the world is watching. Some dismiss the predictions as mere fantasy, while others are left wondering if Tatsuki's final prophecy will be the next one to come true. With her track record, it's hard to ignore the chilling possibility that the next disaster may be just around the corner.